Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining me as we dive into another powerful life topic. This one is how self esteem affects the success of our youth in different areas of life. So, this one, we have to remember that how young people feel about themselves, how they see themselves, and how they talk to themselves does matter. Whether a youth has high self esteem or they have low self esteem, it can shape how far they go in life. And that is not the only factor, but it can predict a young person's ability to rise above, to achieve, and to overcome. High self esteem, it fuels youth successes. It's not the only thing, but it is something that does fuel their success. Young people with healthy or high self esteem, they tend to experience greater success in school, in sports, in friendships, in jobs, and in other areas. And we could ask why about that, but it's because they set goals and they believe they can actually achieve the goals that they set. For example, a student doesn't just dream about going to college. They fill out a college application, they apply for scholarships, and they walk onto the campus like they belong there. They persist through challenges. And an example of that is even when a young person experiences a loss or a major setback, they might take time to process it. They're going to take time to heal, but they keep on going. They don't let pain define them. They pause and then they press forward. And another thing, they embrace opportunities to grow. For example, if a youth struggles in math, they might ask for help. They might get a tutor. If they're new to a job, they are open to extra training if they don't get it. If they're acting out, they're willing to listen to a mentor. Why? Because they know that growth leads to greatness. The thing is, their confidence inspires other youth. Confidence is contagious, for real. When young people see other young people, their peers stepping up and believing in themselves and making progress, it motivates others to do the same thing, just like us as adults. That energy spreads, and before you know it, more youth are aiming higher, more youth are working harder, and more youth are believing in themselves too. Now let's get to low self-esteem, because low self-esteem can hinder a youth's success. And again, that's not the only thing, but it can do that. And on the flip side, low self-esteem can seriously hold our youth back. It creates self-doubt, self-fear, and it can create hesitation. They doubt their abilities. For example, a teenager might be an incredible athlete, but when tryouts come around, they say, nah, I'm not good enough, even though they shine in a gym class. Their own self-doubt keeps them on the sideline, and they miss out on a chance to grow, a chance to belong, or a chance at even at a scholarship. They might avoid challenges and they give up too soon. Like a student might take a test and they don't pass, and instead of trying again, here they go, forget it. I knew I couldn't do it. I'm not doing that over. Or someone disagrees with an idea they might have and they just shut down completely. Never mind, I'm not doing it. That quitting mindset, it ends up becoming a pattern. So what happens is they limit their own potential. They limit their own opportunities. When youth stop trying, they don't just miss one opportunity, they miss momentum. Every time a young person walks away from something that they were meant to pursue, it reinforces the lie that they're not good enough. And this can create a dangerous cycle. They stop trying, they stop believing, they miss opportunities, they feel like a failure, and the cycle continues to those things all over again. And eventually their world gets smaller, not because they're not capable, but because they've been tricked into believing that they aren't capable. They are capable. They can do it. They can do it. All they have to do is keep on trying. All they have to do is keep on trying. I want to thank you again for being here and for taking this journey with me today. If anything resonates with you, or if you've seen any of these things happen in your students or your children or your youth groups, or even your own younger self, please speak up. We're here to learn grow, and support one another. And if you have any thoughts, or you have some stories, or you have something to add to the conversation about youth self-esteem and how it affects their success, we're open, we're listening, and we would love to hear from you. Thank you so much. I hope that you have a great day. Bye-bye.